are so excited. We
Yes,
have
we are.
something for you guys. Hi, everybody. My name is G Brown, the lifestyle changer. And
I'm Frederick Brown, the husband.
you are hanging
Hanging
with
with
the
the
Browns.
Browns.
But we have a surprise.
Yes, we do.
All right. I hear a knock at the door, honey.
Do you?
Yes.
Let
Let's
'em
see.
in.
All right. Let's see.
Oh.
Hey,
Hey,
it's the
everybody.
Carnivore
Yes.
Couple.
Yes.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
All right.
well, we're the Carnivore Couple. I'm Pat.
And I'm Caitlin, and we're just regular old people from Nebraska.
Nebraska.
All right.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, so real quick, I want to know that what oh no, that's your question. My bad. I done messed up already.
Yeah, I see. You
I
want to
know.
keep going?
Nope. It's your
No.
turn.
One of the things my
questions.
wife and I have been talking about, we have this thing on with names, and we when we saw your name, how did you guys come up with your name, Carnivore Couple? What
Well,
inspired that?
We like alliteration.
Yeah, so I don't know. We were thinking about starting a channel when we first started our journey, and we were just trying to figure out a name. We were like, let's see, we're a couple, we're going carnivore. Let's see if that's name's available, and it was. So we just rolled with it.
We'll start with the letter C.
Yeah.
Every other diet had kind of failed in the past, and we just thought having an extra layer of accountability with the YouTube channel. It's like, all these people are going to know what we're eating and how we're doing. So let's start it and see how it goes and keep us accountable and help keep other people accountable too.
Yeah.
You did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been on this diet or lifestyle, I should say?
Yeah, the day one was actually February 28th, 2023. So basically March 1st, pretty much. So we're wrapping up 9 months. So
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so we got that part. How did you guys discover this? Because most people have yo-yo dieted. So tell me what you've done before, and did you guys do that as a couple? And then how did you find this?
Why don't you go first?
So I basically found this. I have done all different kinds of diets, from low-calorie diets. I once just kind of fasting, low-fat diets. I've done an HCG diet. I don't know if anyone has heard of that one. I've done. So HCG is a hormone that you produce when you're pregnant, and they found that when you have that hormone in your body, it can help you lose weight. And so that diet basically is where you can take synthetic HCG, and then you're on a 500 calorie restricted diet to help you lose weight. And so I would not recommend this, but I found some like random supplements on Amazon. They're little drops, so I'd take 10 drops a day, and I would restrict my calories to about 500 calories a day. So I tried that one. I tried keto. And then one day Patrick came home and he had been researching about this carnivore diet, and I had never heard of it before.
So yeah, I came on one day. I was like, let's start carnivore, and this is like on a Thursday or Friday. And I was like, let's start carnivore Monday. And she's like, what's that? So I explained what it was to her, and she's like, how'd you even hear about it? Well, I like listening to like guys like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson, and happened to come across a couple clips on YouTube where they were talking about carnivore diet, and Joe Rogan did it for a while and saw huge drastic changes, health improvements. And then Jordan Peterson, he talked about his experience, and then his daughter Michaela Peterson, and I was like blown away. It was like, whoa, like you solved all these problems just by eating meat. I love meat, right? So I was like, let's do it, So I did some more research that weekend and researched for a little bit, and we decided to start that Monday, and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
So
and so we have never done a diet together. But we had just both tried so many things. I think we were really desperate for anything, and I'm glad we did finally find carnivore.
Yeah, I saw on one of your videos, Patrick, you said that you were carnivore, and Caitlin, I think you were ketovore. Ketovore. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you guys brought in your son into this style, or are you?
He kind of. So he's 2. So we just try to feed him like mostly whole foods, like not really any processed foods or seed oils or junk. We try to keep. He still eats vegetables and fruits and meat
and whole grain.
So he like eats a well-rounded kind of sort of whole food diet.
Mm-hmm.
We try to keep away from the processed junk food that we grew up on or were addicted to for so long.
Yeah.
So,
but he probably does eat more meat than most toddlers his age. You know, feeding him a bunch of mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, and peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I mean, he's eating steak and bacon and eggs and sausage. So he's having a whole lot more meat heavy diet along with all the other stuff. But that really helps supplement his iron, which is really important for brain function for kids.
Awesome. Now, let me throw this one in. What about the dog? I did see a dog in one of the videos.
well, she
misses the candy.
So we just feed her regular dog food. But we do give her a lot of leftover scraps and stuff. And so
sometimes she gets bacon fat drizzled kibble.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the young ladies that's on our panel, she actually has a video of making dog food. Yeah. So that might be something, eat to your health with carnivore. Another thing, when I make my broth, so let's say for instance so I tried a duck and my mom could make it really well. I did not get that skill, so I put that duck on the grill. I smoked the duck, then I ended up putting the duck in the oven, and then it didn't work. I didn't end up in the trash. I pan-seared the duck, this same duck. How many times I cooked this same duck, and then I just said, forget it. The duck is going in the crock pot for broth because there's a good fat and stuff like that. So I actually, when I make, whether it's leftover bones, everything, and I probably let that go on low for about 36 hours. Just let it go. Your house is smelling good. And then what's left after you smash, because the bones pretty much disintegrate, then that would be a good start to mix in for the dog food. So I actually send it with my daughter for her dogs, and she mixes it with the kibbles, so to speak. I want
one thing. There's another channel that I like you guys to check out as well. There's a couple, Louis and Rebecca, family of 10. They have 8 kids, and all of them are carnivores.
And the baby
the baby is too. The baby is too. And her favorite word is meat. I love to hear her favorite word is meat.
The baby, the 2-year-old. So that's the carnivore family.
Right.
So
check them out.
Yeah, and the entire family is carnivore. She talks about how she did the transition. And she's on our panel as well on Mondays. I want to add in one more thing. But I know you wanted to lose weight, but then my question, did you guys have any health issues? Because that was that's what got us. Thank you for the compliment prior to that, what we look like, but girl,
on the inside,
under the hood, the car was falling apart. So did you guys have any health issues or that led you to do this, or you just knew you needed to lose weight?
You can go first if you want.
So when Wyatt was born, I ended up developing a very severe condition called preeclampsia, which is where your blood pressure gets really high. And so I was in the hospital and almost starting to go into seizures. And he had to be delivered at 31 weeks. So when he was born, he only weighed 2 pounds, and he had to spend over a month in the hospital on oxygen and life support and all this different kind of stuff in the NICU. And, as a growing family, we really want to have another baby. And one of the risk factors for preeclampsia is being overweight. Of course, it doesn't cause preeclampsia, but it can be one of the reasons why that develops. And I had never had a history of diabetes or high blood pressure before, but just seeing how being so overweight impacted not only his life, but put my life in danger as well. It just really motivated me. If we want to have another baby, I really need to get serious about my health if I don't want that to happen again.
And you
Yes.
also you want to talk about HS or no?
Sure.
Okay.
And then I also have a skin condition called hidradenitis suppurativa. It's also called HS, where you get these inflammatory kind of boils all over your body. And I've really noticed it when I have seed oils, or when I have gluten, or when I have high fructose corn syrup, then those boils get really intense, and they classify you by different stages. And so I'm about a stage 2 on that. But as long as I keep those type of things out of my diet and keep focused on eating meat and greens, I've really seen my symptoms, because my inflammation is so low, and that's an inflammatory condition, that has kind of gone into remission too. So that was another factor, but the main factor for me was getting healthy to continue growing our family.
Yeah, and for me, I weighed over 300 pounds, and like I was just always inflamed. I would wake up sore. I was snoring at night. I probably had sleep apnea. I don't know. I never got checked. I was addicted to sugar, and I ate candy every night. So I was probably pre-diabetic. I never got tested because I was scared to go to the doctor because I was so overweight and like unhealthy. And I was just feeling, had no motivation, no ambition. I was just like, I don't know, just felt like a failure. You know what I mean? Like I keep trying to get healthy, that never works. And so it was just mostly just the reason I chose to change my life was for my family, because I have a history of heart disease in my family, and diabetes and cancer and all these things that are caused by the way you eat. And I just wanted to make a change so I could be here for my children and my grandchildren and just live a long, healthy life. So and also be a good example for our children too. So
I think that's so impressive when I look at you guys and see how young you are, you look. I think what we've discovered is that it's hard to get young people to transition into this, especially if they don't have any major issues. When you get up in age and you start experiencing some ailments, then you are more likely to kind of listen a little more and try some things. But I really commend you guys. You're young. We wish we had said this many times. We wish we had discovered this many years ago. And we often think about where we would be now if we had. So
what led you guys to start the carnivore diet then?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Me? Okay. Well, I too, my weight also fluctuated quite a bit, but that wasn't the reason with carnivore for me. I suffered. I had severe inflammation and have been diagnosed with gout. You know what? Yeah, high blood pressure. I got a list of stuff on my phone here. High blood pressure, arthritis. I had it all in my knees, my ankles, my back. But the thing that really got me was December of 2022. For the first time, I had inflammation, and normally it's been one limb or the other, but I actually got it in both ankles at the same time, and it was debilitating. And I found myself, alternating between a walker, my mother-in-law's walker, and a cane. When I felt decent, I could manage the cane, and then there were times when I couldn't. And one night, I never forget. One night, my wife actually video recorded me trying to make it to the bathroom, unbeknown to me, and she played it back for me later. And even now, when I watch that video, it brings about deep emotion, because I can still feel that pain in my ankles. And I think 3 months later, I ended up going to a rheumatologist, and he said that I didn't have gout, but I did have serious inflammation. He didn't know where it came from. So, that led to one prescription, to two prescriptions, to a multitude of prescriptions, right? Taking it, at various times of the day, different times of the week. And he tried everything. And even during that time, we also decided that we would do intermittent fasting. So we were intermittent fasting. I was taking all these drugs, and I actually had started doing an elimination diet. I had eliminated everything from my diet except for chicken Caesar salad. And yeah, I did that for about 6 weeks, man. And you 3 times a day, you can get pretty sick of chicken Caesar salad,
Yeah.
which I did.
But let me just let me add this. That said to us, lettuce and salad dressing was the last thing that kept him in that condition.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be a whole lot. It got down to, and we're looking because here
taking this medicine.
He was on meds. He's eating chicken Caesar salad. And we thought maybe it was the lettuce.
But it wasn't. I could eat romaine lettuce. The thing is, we didn't read the ingredients on the dressing. You know, we used a lot of dressing. You need to go back and look at the ingredients. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of sugar in there.
I'm pretty sure it was something because
sugar and seed oils.
Yeah, it was something that was triggering me. So then that led to May 26th. My brother-in-law, my wife's brother, came to visit, and he brought with him some ribeye steaks, bacon and eggs, and he started talking about this carnivore diet. He had run into this guy he had met and said the guy had lost a lot of weight, and he started telling us about this carnivore diet. And me, being that I was eating chicken Caesar salad every day,
and it was time,
and it was time for me to eat. You know, just the thought of me being able to eat some real food, right? Food that I love, like you said, Patrick, the meat, the ribeyes. I mean, bacon and eggs. That's right down my alley, right? Yeah. So that I just kind of lit up, and I started on that day, man. I haven't turned back. I started on that day, and I know less than 2 weeks later, all of my pain had left my ankles. All of the inflammation.
That's awesome.
And we haven't turned down. Now, we did.
Okay, so 2 days.
But
now, when he decided to become carnivore, I was a vegan.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
So you were like, "What? You ain't nothing but meat?"
I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Oh, I." Now we've done so much together. But I looked at that and I said, "Nah, I didn't even like the smell of beef." So 2 days later, I said, "Okay, I tell you what," because now we've actually researched the diet. He did zero research prior to, so he researched, and then I said, "All right, if I had to eat a meat, it'll be lamb chops." And that's where I started with lamb chops, and haven't turned back. So for him, today makes 188 days, and I'm 186. So that's 6 months and 4 days for him, and 6 months and 2 days for me.
Okay.
And in January, I was close to 200 pounds.
Wow.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. And so now, well, I got down to 141, but now I'm sitting at 145. I told him for his 60th birthday, and I wasn't even carnivore. I said, for your 60th birthday, I'm gonna be 150 pounds. But keep in mind, when we were turning 50, I said the exact same. No, I said 130. Yeah. Well, I never made it. I never made any of them. So he was like,
I'm happy the way you are. I kept telling her that, but
which will transition into, hold on, that's a good one to transition, because we saw you guys' video, right?
Yeah.
And it was like the top, and and Patrick said, stick around for number 4.
Oh no.
Hi, Nate.
Yeah. You know what? And when you guys said it, I said they're the younger version of us.
Because listen, I talk about that. So now let's just have a group chat on that alone. If you got kids in the room, cover your ears, honey, because that's what I'm talking. I say the same thing. I say, listen, when you are big, and just to let you guys know, when you get 60, you'll still be doing it, okay? You know, okay? All right, so I'm just letting you know. But with the weight, so the largest he got up to was 205.
But that's 205. I'm standing 5'6". So I mean.
Oh, you're 5'6".
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's
5'6". Yeah. So,
Right.
Okay.
And then for me, my largest was 260.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, the creativity, and then wait a minute. This is my favorite story to tell. And I've told this in a video. So I used to tap out. I was like, okay, I can't breathe anymore.
Oh my goodness, yes.
See, I know. And so then one day I said, okay. He's like, well, I'm up. I said, okay,
I'm
well,
on my elbows.
I say, lay down and then get in your position. Now he was fully dressed, lay down. And then I went underneath from the bottom to here. And then I came out. I said, now I'm big. This how much room you leaving me. There's no breathing room in there.
I know, yeah.
So yeah, so then you find like edge of bed, turn this way. I'm like, you know what? But now the difference that I talk about, different things that you can do now. And it gets better the smaller that you get, because now this is like a whole new marriage for us. It really is, because we're doing things that we didn't even do in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
it's just a whole new can of worms. It's like I'm rediscovering my husband in a new way, because his body is completely different and he looks different.
I don't think you've ever. I think the last time I don't think you've ever seen me like this.
No,
small
you've
before.
never been this small.
I've been pretty big since we've been married. So like, I mean, my heaviest was 301. I'm currently today at 204.
He's smaller.
I'm 97 pounds down in 9 months.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm almost at 100. But and I'm 6'1", so my goal is about 185. I think where I want to get to. So,
excellent.
Yeah, but yeah, it's way different now. in that part of everything. So
it's like you can breathe now.
Yeah,
you're not being crushed.
Yeah, different different positions are easier to get to, you know, and like
I just want to shout it to all of my friends who are overweight. It's like, you don't know what you're missing, because it puts such an obstacle in the way, and it's such a factor of everybody's life, and you want to enjoy it, and like, don't let this hinder you, because you don't know what you're missing until you've lost the weight and you're there. I mean, not that I'm where I want to be, but it's just
and it's coming.
And I did hear you, Caitlin, also say it brings about confidence, right?
Yeah.
You can look at yourself with confidence. You know, I stand in the mirror. There have been times when I used to tell my wife, when I go to the bathroom at nights, I felt like my muscles were growing, right? I could walk to the bathroom and touch them. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling abs and I'm feeling muscles. And
then I say, why you just don't go pee? Why you walking around doing this, going to the bathroom? Yeah, but no, he's telling the truth. Your muscles will start to develop, and I can't tell you how many people have tried to encourage me. So I started going. Now this is before carnivore. I started going to the gym. And let me just say this: if anybody have questions for them, go ahead and start putting them in the comments, and we will get to your questions. But I went to the gym 6 months straight, 7 days a week, and I had a personal trainer, and I lost 10 pounds because I was coming home still not eating the right foods, and he would tell me and I'm looking at him. If I eat less, I can eat what I want to eat, because you are trying to get me to not eat what I want to eat, and I can eat it in smaller portions, sir.
Drinking a glass of wine and you're working against yourself.
And that's what he would say.
I think it's what 80% of weight loss is what you eat, really. So
I have
most definitely.
I have a friend who trained for a half marathon and ran a half marathon. You know, she's running 2 hours a day. She only lost 9 pounds her whole training. It's like, how can you run 2 hours a day and only lose 9 pounds? But here I've done no running or exercise until the last 2 months, and I've lost 65 pounds. You know, something's it's diet. It's a lifestyle now, but like, it's what you're putting in your body that makes the most difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
And
that's what
I was gonna say in the beginning, I for the first after the first month, so month 2 and 3, I started lifting weights, and I put on muscle really quickly. And I kind of lost motivation after a couple months, and I haven't really worked out since then. But that muscle I've built has been maintained. Like I haven't lost anything, so that's been kind of nice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And that's what I wanted to say, that I've lost, had not gone to the gym, but then Caitlin, I started watching you, and I know you had that challenge for October, November, December.
Yeah.
And I said, she's doing that. You are exposing your life. You're showing it. And I said, doggone it, I'm going to do this thing. So that is one of the things that, and people even on the channel, they get on me. It's like, listen, you, and plus I'm older. And so you don't want to lose your muscle mass. You don't want to, you want to maintain. And so I saw that vulnerability, how you just did it. And kudos to you.
Yeah.
And so, you've inspired me. It's because I keep saying that I'm going to do it. But doggone, I done lost weight and didn't have to do anything. So,
So have you been working out or not really?
no.
No.
After that I go to the gym for her to do my measurements.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll go and she's like, oh my God. And I want to say, yeah. I no longer see you, and now look at me. But but it wasn't her. It wasn't. It was. So that's anybody. I want to encourage everyone. You can go to the gym. You can do all of that, but it is what you eat. It is what you are putting in your body.
Yes.
Okay.
And another dynamic, Patrick, I heard you mention. You said your face got smaller, and I can sympathize with that because mine as well. I mean, that's like the first thing on me to really get big. My stomach and my face, right? You can see it in my face. And I always say I got a big head. I look at myself, I'm like, my head is pretty big. But
no,
it's smaller now compared to what it used to be.
Oh yeah. It's like, and that's the first place that I can lose weight is my face. So I can do that good pose, honey, and you would know all of this widespread. This one, on the other hand, all of it's up in his face. It looked like something just blew in his ear, and it just did. Go look at some of the pictures, girl. I ain't lying, y'all. It is. All right. So we're in the holiday season, so we would like to know how are you navigating the holidays, the meals? How was your Thanksgiving? I mean, how as carnivores and ketovores, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
So we try to get together with friends pretty often, and even not just for not just Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we have friends over, hang out, and just spend time with friends. And we usually, when that happens, we do like hot dogs and hamburgers. And they'll say, if y'all want to bring a salad or chips, go ahead. We'll have the meat. And so we do that. And for Thanksgiving,
for holidays we do carnivore. And I'm more ketovore, but we try to make it a little more special. So we wouldn't normally have deviled eggs, and we have to use a special mayo when we make them to avoid those seed oils. But so for Thanksgiving, you had a lot of turkey.
A lot of turkey, a lot of deviled eggs.
And then I made something that I didn't normally make, which is a bacon gravy green bean casserole.
Really good.
Which is really delicious.
I had some of that. That was my cheat, but it was really good. And we also made
and then I made brown butter ice cream with bacon on top. So that was really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might have to try ice cream again. She kind of failed the ice cream.
We have a recipe video.
It's real good.
We have a recipe video on that on our channel.
So really, you can check that out.
Yeah, that ice cream. So the ice cream maker is on the floor in the pantry because every time I would put the stuff in, the little wand thing would stick. So I gave up on that, but I think that it would have been really good. Let me just say kudos to you guys, because Dr. Kiltz, who specializes in infertility and helping his patients. And one of the things he says, listen, instead of the injections, try this diet first. So
exactly.
you guys better be careful. Babies are coming. You hear me? They popping out, honey. They are getting ready to pop out. I'm telling you. So if you're ready, they are. Because because you're putting your body in the perfect condition. And I wish more people that were trying to have or just being pregnant. I know you get cravings. I know you get these things, but if you just really did, that carnivore, ketovore, the baby will be getting the best nutrition. And I believe that the birth, a lot of things that are happening to the young people, ADHD, all of that, you eliminate a whole lot of that. The chances. I just believe that. I just believe that.
And
Okay,
I also, a lot of our people in our generation, our friends and we know, couples, are struggling with infertility issues.
A lot of them,
and also miscarrying quite a bit. And it's way more common in our generation than it was for our parents or grandparents' generation. So I think it has a lot to do with all the seed oils and food dyes and processed sugars that it's in our diet. And it's hard to say you want to be there for them and support them, but it's like it's hard for us to say, hey, stop eating junk, but you just can't do that, so it's tough.
Okay, so let me say it for you. So instead of injecting yourself and then having these wacky hormones, try this first and just watch the babies. They're coming. They're coming. The sperm count goes up. The testosterone goes up. Your hormones balance out. It's amazing. Amazing. It's the food. It is the food.
How did you guys end up navigating the carnivore diet over Thanksgiving and holidays? Did you do anything different?
Well, lately, for the last 3 years, feel like 4, but for the last 3 years, we're on the ship.
You cruise a lot.
No, this made number 4 because we went by ourselves. I don't know. Yeah, this number 3. Okay, you paid for it, so I guess you know. All right, so, but we've been doing Thanksgiving on the ship. And like last year, our entire family was there. And this year, they only wanted to get on Monday and get off Friday. But the cruise that I booked was Sunday to Sunday. So they opted not to go. And so, look, she telling it all. And they have the traditional dinner, but we do really well with all of that food. I shared this on a live that he and I did. There's not a lot of food I don't have food that tempt me. I really, really don't. Desserts don't tempt me. Side dishes don't tempt me. But alcohol does.
Okay.
So I drank on the ship. I did. And I have an espresso martini. That's what I have. And I did 1 a day. Until Friday, I did 2.
Yeah, but food wise, I think we did well.
They don't think I did. As a matter of fact, I mean, I found they have a smoked Gouda cheese on there, and for breakfast, I would take bacon and roll it up into a little ball, and then I would wrap the Gouda cheese around it, and I was doing like I'm telling you,
what cruise line?
Do not go to Walmart. Royal Caribbean. Wait, do not go to Walmart and buy their Gouda smoked cheese. It's nothing like. Yeah, I got that in there. Yeah, that I can throw that in the trash. I gotta go to a little fancier place.
So you said Royal Caribbean. What ship were you on?
Well, we were on
the Wonder.
We were on the Wonder.
Okay. So I'm actually from Florida, and we lived in Florida before we moved to Nebraska, and we went on our fair share of cruises too. So our favorite's Royal Caribbean. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, we are so loyal to Royal, honey.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a matter of fact, we're Diamond Plus with them.
Oh,
so you get free drinks. Yeah. Yeah. So we were on the Independence last month. We were on the Wonder this month, and we'll be on the Mariner next month.
Nice. Awesome.
Enjoy it. That sounds good.
Oh,
Took the
yes.
Ovation too to Alaska.
Oh yeah, we were at
Monthly
the
cruising.
Ovation in Alaska earlier. Yeah, we really, I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's amazing. It's the
Yeah.
best vacation.
Mhm.
It is. It
Definitely
really
right.
is.
So I just want people to know. So we normally we record our trips. This last cruise will not this Saturday, but I think next Saturday it'll show, because I want carnivores to know that you can make it on the ship. As a matter of fact, next year for our 20-year anniversary, we're doing a carnivore cruise. So if
Aw.
you,
Right.
I can slip you guys the information. Tell them the dates, baby.
April 16th. I'm sorry.
I know April.
August 16th through the 19th. We're gonna be
Okay.
sailing out of Port Canaveral on
No, we're not.
Celebrity.
No, we're not.
I'm sorry, I got it all wrong. We're going out of Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you. It'll be Fort Lauderdale.
On Celebrity.
But we're doing the 6 because that's going to be something different. We've done Royal Caribbean, pretty much all of their ships, seems like. And so we're doing the sister ship on the Celebrity Reflection. Yeah,
Right.
we're doing that. And we got quite a few carnivores that are going to be on the cruise with us.
Oh, that'll be
So
something.
I'll send you that information, and who knows? You all might
Definitely.
turn
Pretty
around
cool.
and give yourself, because you get on a Friday and you get off on Monday, so it will it'll be well. All right, what's next, baby? You do this one.
Okay. Yeah. Recipes. One of the things, Caitlin, I see you showcase quite a few recipes on your
I love
on your
cooking.
shows there.
So
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Caitlin's a
creative.
great cook. Okay, that's why I married her, because she's a great cook, and that's why I was.
Great
You know, she's such a good cook. That's why I weigh 300 pounds. You know, so
Okay.
but
All right.
she likes variety. I'm good with steak and eggs, but
I have to
she's
mix it
up.
that mix it up. So she's pretty creative. So she'll kind of tell you about that. a little
I
bit.
made a list of our
Okay.
favorite meals. So one of them is crispy oven meatballs, and you got to get it to broil on that 500 degrees because those are amazing. We've recently been searing our steaks in the oven on a cast iron skillet and then making like a butter sauce with the pan drippings. So that was really good.
It's gotten very cold here already in Nebraska, so we try not to go outside and grill if we can help it. So that's been working out for winter.
And then for Patrick's birthday, we went to a place called Rodizio Grill. Have y'all heard of that before?
No.
Oh
You're
man,
gonna have to tell them.
you got to go to Rodizio. Okay, so basically it's a restaurant. You go in and it's all you can eat, and you sit at a table, and they literally just bring you skewers of meat, of different kinds of meat, and you can say yes, I want that, or no, I don't want that.
Oh no.
And-
Oh,
Wait.
wait a minute, you had the chips for the red and green or something like that.
Yeah.
Like Brazilian.
Yeah, it's the Brazilian steakhouse. It's called something different here.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been to one like
Oh,
that.
it's so awesome.
Yeah, so we go there
Oh.
for his birthday, and they had
Yeah.
this amazing like garlic parmesan steak.
Yeah.
So we recreated that as a garlic parmesan beef bowl, so it's a little cheaper. And then we'll do like a Big Mac burger bowl with some homemade bacon mayo and some ground beef and bacon on top. We've made nachos with pork rinds. We'll do a sausage gravy, not with flour in it, but thickened with cream on top of eggs. That's really good. We'll do eggs Benedict.
I'm from the South like y'all, so biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy is my
But you
favorite.
know,
So,
I'm
don't
a
miss
sauce
the
monster.
biscuit.
I am a sauce monster, and
Yeah,
I
so,
am missing my sauces.
so the carnivore biscuits and gravy, or eggs and gravy, is awesome.
Yeah, that's good. And then we love doing pork carnitas in the crock pot or on the smoker. We do smoked ribs. And then if we're going to have a special event like Thanksgiving or Christmas or his birthday, we'll do the brown butter ice cream, which is delicious too.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look up that brown butter.
Yeah.
I messed my brown butter. The little butter bites. I didn't get that right. I'm impatient, girl. And I was like, oh, I think they're ready. They weren't ready. They were not ready. Okay. Let's shift. And I would like for you guys to, because what I try to do is talk to new carnivores or people who are considering this diet, and what advice, because like you said, there are people your age and you really want to say, honey, on a cruise ship, when I see them, I'm like, oh, I can help you. I know the answer. Yeah, I understand. What would you guys say to encourage someone to take this leap to heal themselves?
Yeah, I would. It's a interesting question. So you have to get to a point where you are almost at rock bottom. Like I felt like I was pretty much at rock bottom. I was really big, unhealthy, and like, have started a family, have a kid, and like, you're just thinking, will I be here for them? Will I make it to 40? Will I make it to 50? Will I ever see my grandkids? And it's like, if I don't get my health in check now while I'm young, and fix my food addiction problems now, then I won't be able to make it to 50, So I just, you got to have a mindset shift, and you have to look at food as fuel. And the biggest thing is just getting started. Once you just get started, that's the hardest part, right? Of anything really is just getting started.
Mhm.
And just take it day by day, one day at a time, and just keep remembering why you're doing this. And you realize day by day, days turns into weeks, turns into months. And then at that point it's like a lifestyle. It's like second nature. And you realize, whoa, I've lost, all this weight. I'm so healthy. I feel so much better than I ever had before. I feel like I'm 10 years younger, it's amazing. And you just have to get started. And
Mhm.
when you realize how much crap you're putting in your body, and like, eating standard American diet, and how unhealthy it's making you, and you do your research and you see, seed oils do this and this, and sugar does this and this, and too many carbs does this and this, and certain vegetables will do this to some people, and you learn those things, you realize, man, I was really poisoning myself for all those decades, and it's eye-opening to realize that we grew up learning lies about things that we were told lies. Here's how you should eat, even though it's making everybody sick and fat, So it's just getting started is the hardest part. And like I said, I've lost almost 100 pounds in 9 months, and I feel like I'm 32. I feel like I'm 22. You know what I mean? So it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You can say what you want to say.
I think, like you said, like, we wish people could not get to an older age where they start seeing all these health conditions pop up, and that people who are a little younger would maybe start this type of diet and start eating healthy. But kind of like Patrick said, that's the main reason why people our age aren't doing it, is because they haven't hit rock bottom yet.
Mhm.
And we just happened to be there earlier because we were so far gone with our food addictions and the patterns and the way that we were eating. But I think that's the key to someone who's wanting to start this, is you have to find it within yourself. Like, are you almost reaching 300 pounds? Have you tried everything else? Have you failed with everything else? Try this, because it will work and you will see the results, and you can stay carnivore for 24 hours. And having that mindset, for me, carnivore for 24 hours, especially as someone who is an emotional eater, that's how I've coped with my emotions, and I've seen modeled coping with my emotions for such a long time. And it's something I still really struggle with. If I could say one thing to someone starting, start right now. Look at the clock. It's 6:13 here. 24 hours of carnivore starts now. And having that mindset, I can't have that right now because I'm doing carnivore for 24 hours. It doesn't have to be a lifetime thing right now in your head. Just do it for 24 hours and see how you feel. Because sometimes we have to break it down. When your problem is so big, we have to break it down into a manageable piece, or we will never start. So maybe breaking it down, like, I'm going to stay carnivore for 8 hours, or if 24 hours works for you, breaking it down into something you can actually do.
Because if you look at it like, I'm going to be carnivore for a year or two, that's like, oh, that's
It's
a long
overwhelming.
time. It's overwhelming. But just do it day by day, and that's makes it a lot more manageable and easier for sure.
Mhm.
That's a good point, because one of the things my wife always says is to try it for 30 days.
Mhm.
And even for some people, 30 days may seem like a long time.
Yeah.
But if you can get through it day by day,
Mhm.
as you said, that might be
Yeah.
the way to go. The
Yep.
steps to take.
And the longer
Mhm.
you do day by day, it gets easier, and it's like second nature, and then
Mhm.
it turns into month by month, year by year,
Yeah. One of the
So-
things
Right.
carnivore has really revealed to me is like kind of the depth of my own food addiction. And so I've really been looking into kind of the alcoholism and 12 steps, because there's not as much research about food addicts and how do you approach that and how do you change your mindset. And one of the key pillars of one of the 12 steps programs is, not to drink alcohol for 24 hours. So I'm just applying that to my food journey. I'm going to stay carnivore for 24 hours. And that's a mindset that a lot of addicts use to get themselves out of that addiction, because a 30-day time span, it can be a really long time for someone who's truly addicted to something.
That is so true.
And I think with that being said, Caitlin, the thing that encourages me when it comes to the carnivore diet is that you're not restricting yourself. I mean, you know, when I was dieting before, using, you know, caloric deficit, trying to, you know, stay on a certain calories, I was starving. I was freaking starving to the point where I would get mad if she took some of my blueberries. I'm like, I counted those things and I weighed them. And I got exactly 4 ounces, and now I got 3.9. And no, I need my blueberry, right? So I mean, I understand that. So, but with this diet or this lifestyle, I get to eat as much as I want. I'm fully satiated.
Exactly.
I'm not starving.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wonderful part about it.
Yes,
that's the wonderful part.
Exactly.
That is.
Yeah.
It is. So because there is an age difference with us, so I love getting the younger perspective. So then the question becomes misconceptions about the carnivore diet. What do you? I'm pretty sure you guys have talked to friends and stuff. What's stopping them besides they're not at their rock bottom? What do you guys hear that, you know, is a misconception about this lifestyle?
So in our personal lives of people we know and friends, it's been pretty supportive. Like we haven't really gotten much pushback. In fact, I convinced her cousin and one of my best friends to start carnivore, and they're
doing good.
They're only a few days in, but they're doing good so far. So, because I'm a living example, you know, they knew me before, and now they're like, wow, like the difference is crazy. So they're like, well, that's you know, I might as well try, because they lose weight, you know, and get healthy. So, but there's a lot of misconceptions out there. I think one of the biggest ones is cholesterol. I'm gonna let you talk about that one.
Yeah, I think the two biggest misconceptions are, number one, that red meat is unhealthy, and then number two is that cholesterol is bad for you. And so the red meat unhealthy, I've got some notes on this for y'all, and I just want to
come on, girl.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah,
but
we're not doctors, but
this helps me feel
a doctor of your life.
This helps me feel more comfortable consuming large amounts of red meat, and I haven't had my blood work done since becoming carnivore, but seeing Patrick's makes me feel okay. He's not gonna have a heart attack. So meat is classified as a top 2A carcinogen by the World Health Organization, but that information was based on studies that included processed meat in the studies, like pepperoni and everything like that. But have you guys heard about the study that recently came out in November 2023 about meat being helping to cure cancer? Have you heard of this study?
It shrinks tumors.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I might pronounce it wrong, but it's a transvicinic acid, TVA, a long-chain fatty acid found in meat and dairy products from grazing animals such as cows and sheep. It improves the ability of CD8 T cells to infiltrate and kill cancer cells. So the thing that I'm really having trouble justifying is, how can meat be classified as a 2A carcinogen, but then also have cancer-killing effects? Those two things don't seem to match up. So for me, it's just like, what in the world?
And then also, to go along with that I know carnivore space is a lot of anecdotal studies, because we're all doing it to ourselves pretty much. But there are several people in the carnivore community that have colon cancer, stage 4 cancer, that are just treating it with beef, salt, and water, and their cancer's going into remission. And the doctors are like, whoa, you know, what's going on here?
They're starving their cells of glucose. And then, like this study said,
cancer feeds off glucose.
That long-chain fatty acid is helping to kill the cancer cells. So how can red meat, be bad for you? I think it's based on poorly designed studies, and not actually that red meat is bad for us. So if that's one of the reasons you're not starting carnivore, I would just look into that more and maybe try it for yourself. But again, we're not doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say that a lot. We're not, but I have yet to hear a carnivore speak. I mean, that's truly living this life. All of a sudden, say, I have this ailment, this. You just don't hear it.
Right.
But I can say that I was vegan. And I was still going to the pain center, and they wanted to fuse my back together, and the fibromyalgia, all of these different things that I had that I no longer have. spinal stenosis. When I say to you, I used to call it my first old people disease was bursitis in my hips. And so with that being said, I don't understand how people will feel like, you know, this isn't right. This isn't good. I'm not saying that you won't catch a cold. I won't say over time, your allergies. I can't tell you the last time I used my allergy medicine. And one of the last things that stayed with me was restless leg. That's the thing that stayed with me beyond my 30 days and everything. And I ended up putting on a pair of compression socks. That helped. And the frequency has been spread out. Now, I came up on the ship and I shared that. That's probably because I had the espresso martini. I mean, there you go. So overall, let me see if there's let me see. There was one question up here, but they wanted to know, will we ever cruise to Australia? That is on the list.
Do a cruise in Australia.
Well, yeah,
I don't
in
know.
Australia.
We'll cruise to Australia. We had talked about flying over. Yeah, we had talked about it.
Yeah.
And right now, even our last flight, I used to fly quite a bit, and of late, I like to stay away from the airlines. We came back from our Alaska cruise, and we flew from Seattle, and we ended up getting stranded in Atlanta, and I had to get a rental car and drive home.
I was ready to go.
Yeah. And that has happened to us many times. We spent the night in airports quite a bit. And
because he don't want to leave the airport.
Yeah. Because most of the times, it's just a hassle getting in and out of Atlanta airport. So when I'm in there, I don't want to leave.
No, I understand it. And they have the little hotel they have in the airport remind me of like when we watch TV, the little hookah place where you like rent it out for a few hours.
We rented for that. We rented by the hour.
Yeah, we go into that 6 hours. But you know what? This feels like hookah stuff. Anyway, but I go in, because I don't want to sit out there on the thing. So yeah, he does. We love just coming down to Florida. We do. Let me see.
Yeah.
What is this one right here? A shirt idea. Be the doctor of your life. Yes, Paul. Come on, Paul. That is a good one. Yeah. I know it's not going to be. I am the doctor of my life. Yep. And so I'm the one that's in control of what I take in. I love this way of eating, this way of living, because if something happens, then you just have to think, what did I do differently? And but for him, he's a lion. He can't even have butter. We've noticed how that he'll do an egg every blue moon, but overall, he's that beef person.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. I know what you mean by that. Like, because there'll be times where I stall out or I feel bloated, and I'm like, what did I do? And I drank some diet soda that day. Oh, that's what it is, and the carbonation or whatever, or the fake sweetener or whatever. So, so I know what you mean. You can kind of see what did I do that day, maybe not feel bloated or whatever. So.
Hey, Laura is the one I'm talking about for the dog food. Laura, girl, the dog food. Okay, so if something happens,
we're all going to Laura's house.
We're going to Laura's house. Okay? Laura on her channel, Laura puts she cans meat. And I didn't even know you could do that. All right. So she has her butter. She makes her ghee. She does jerky. She makes her own toothpaste. She makes
they got it all.
tallow lotion.
She got it all.
She has it all.
Nice.
Survival. That's where we go right there. We will Paul, we are coming over. Let me see what we got here. I am the doctor of my life. That's right. That's much better. Yep, look at her. She talking about it. Tallow lotion. She does.
Wait a minute, Paul Aussie. That's in Australia, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yes, it's like, come on town. Well, listen, guys, we loved talking with you guys. It almost felt like family. But you know, it's the carnivore family. Yeah.
Sure.
And I just really want to commend you guys on the work that you're doing. I love how you can reach your age group, because a lot of people on our channel, I mean, you know, we're up in the age, and it's, you know, and I'm trying to say to them, now I feel 33 on the inside. I think like 33 is my age. Just got to get the outside to catch up with it. But yeah, I feel great. And this is like, it's remarkable. It really, really is. And you want that for others. And I tell people, then all of a sudden you start thinking about that food that you don't want to give up. And that's probably the food that's harming you.
Yep. That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to close out. Thank you all so much.
Yes, it's been a great show. We enjoyed this. Enjoyed meeting you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. We love your channel. We love your energy. It was so great talking to you guys. We loved it.
We love you guys too. And for all of our subscribers, please go check them out.
Yes.
Great couple.
We're going to have them on our channel too. They're so fun.
We'll plan it.
Yeah,
but for everybody else, bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.